Welcome to the Kentucky Bourbon Traveler. Time to get ready for the 145th Kentucky Derby. We're going to have a mint julep recipe and best bourbon for the mint julep taste-off. Then we're going to show you around Churchill Downs, show you how to place a horse bet by your smartphone. And Chris will be doing a recipe for Derby, the Bourbon Pecan pie.
Hi, welcome back to Louisville, Kentucky. I'm Kent, and thanks for joining us. It's Kentucky Derby season. A month of horse racing, bourbon events, air shows, and thunder. A huge fireworks display over the Ohio River on the Old Whiskey Row, Louisville waterfront. The 145th Kentucky Derby will be ran the first Saturday in May, which goes back to 1875, when Louisville, Kentucky first hosted the Derby. The grandson of legendary explorer William Clark, you might recognize from Lewis and Clark, and his Louisville Jockey Club, founded Churchill Downs. 20 years later, Churchill Downs added the iconic twin spires you can still see today. To give you an idea of Churchill Downs' layout, here's what it looks like before the crowds come in. Since at Derby time, it's impossible to find a hotel room. People every year try to find a place to stay. Bed and breakfasts all through the state, and people rent out their spare rooms for big bucks, and parking goes for $20 to $50 on people's lawns, even in the neighborhoods close to Churchill Downs. 150,000 people come to bet and watch horses from around the world run in the second in the 3-horse race series known as the Triple Crown. This year, 2019, you can expect to pay $60 per person to get in the gates. And if you want a seat, options for a 6-person box seating are $1,500 to $5,500 for those 6 in the first 3-story rows of the grandstands at Churchill Downs. The infield area is where a lot of locals go. For $60 a person, it's the lawn area where you can bring in your lawn chair and cooler and watch the race on the gigantic billboard-sized screen without the thousands for pre-reserved box seats. Since no alcohol is allowed to be brought into the Derby, there's a dumpster every year where security, usually the National Guard, has thrown hundreds of bottles of confiscated liquor. If you come on down to Louisville for the Derby, you get to watch something kind of fun. It's like a game show locals compete for. See who's the best smuggler and who gets bragging rights with new and innovative ways to bring liquor in. Cutting false bottoms and coolers, wagons to haul gear in with secret compartments, belt buckle flasks, stuffing their bras for the ladies, even sandwiches with liquor pouch plastic bags between the bread. Hats are big, and the ladies bring out their finest, dressing in gorgeous dresses all over the Bluegrass State, and often encouraging the men to do the same. Guys sometimes get in the act too, making funny hats like birthday cakes with Derby themes and spires. Above the grandstands are small reserved decks known as Millionaire's Row, with catered food and dedicated attendants on these 3 top decks. Once in a while, a public or international figure waves at the crowd, and a lot of people are amazed to see the international guests that come through. Churchill Downs' signature drink is the Derby Mint Julep. Over 100,000 bourbon mint juleps are served at the races in 2 days. Churchill Downs goes through 10,000 bottles of bourbon, 60 tons of ice, and 1,000 pounds of mint grown right here in Louisville. A mint julep is sold on the track from $11, one like this, to a $2,500 gold-plated version with imported water and ingredients. Well, since that's the drink of the Derby, next, Christiana, again this year, is going to show us how to make the mint julep syrup for the official drink of the Kentucky Derby from scratch. Then we'll use the syrup for our second annual Best Bourbon for the Julep Taste-Off.
Hello, we are back in the kitchen with Christiane having a race for the best mint juleps. Today I'm making first the simple syrup, which we have all the ingredients, which is 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water, and 1 cup of mint leaves. Now we take the sugar and put it in a pan, add the water, turn it on about 6, and you have to bring the sugar and the water to a boil. As soon as it starts boiling and the sugar dissolves, we're going to put the mint leaves inside, let it boil for 1 minute, then put it on simmer for another minute, and you have to take it off the stove. Now after we boiled the sugar and it's dissolved, I added the mint leaves, and I take it off the burner now, set it aside, put the lid on, and let it steep for 30 minutes. Our simple syrup for the mint juleps in the refrigerator overnight. We're gonna drain it into a separate jar and take all the mint leaves out. And then we're ready to go off, have our mint julep race.
Welcome to the second annual Mint Julep Taste-Off. Chris, how are we making our mint juleps?
Okay, you need crushed ice, so you fill your glass with crushed ice half full. Then you add 1 ounce of simple syrup, 2 ounces of your favorite bourbon, which this is 2 ounces. Then you add to the rest of the glass some more crushed ice.
Yum.
Fill her up. Yum, yum, yum. It's that time of year again. Plenty of mint juleps. And then for the garnish, of course, we need mint. So you take 1 sprig, stick it in there, stir it around with your mint a little bit, and here is your perfect Kentucky Derby mint julep.
This year we're going ahead and using our 2 flash finish winners, 4 Roses 80 proof, and Evan Williams. And we're going ahead and removing the Woodford, which lost, the Jim Beam, etc. And we're putting in Russell's Reserve 10 year, MB Roland barrel proof, and the Old Bardstown by Willett. Okay, what we've done is I don't know if you can see that in the camera, see if I can do that without spilling it, but we've tagged each one on the bottom with similar tape so we can't tell which one's which. Chris has filled it, I've mixed them around, so we have no clue which one's which. We'll hand it back and forth, putting the ones we've tried on this board, and as we find the best one, they'll stay up on the front top of the lip of the barrel lid. Anyway,
It's ready to have some mint juleps. Let's try these babies out.
Happy Derby.
Happy Derby.
Ooh, sweet, smooth, and wonderful. How's that one?
Oh, now, yeah. This is sweet. This front.
Yeah.
And another one.
is a good one.
You might get a little loopy if you do this tasting at home because it's quite a bit of booze, but it's so good.
Oh.
Stem 3.
It sure is. Okay, well, let's do the final taste off. Oh, that's well balanced.
I like this one. This is good, right front.
Oh, geez, both these are outstanding.
I gotta go back. We have 2 winners.
Ladies first. Why don't you go ahead and see if we can find a true winner.
I love this one.
Oh, that is so good.
No, this is better.
Oh,
This is
they're
sweeter in
both
the end.
good.
I don't know. I know which one. They're both great. They're both wonderful, but I think this one is my favorite.
Yeah, mine too.
So
Absolutely.
we got it. Now you check her out. Who is the winner?
Okay, the second annual Mint Julep Taste Off is, once again, in the second annual Mint Julep Taste Off. If you want a great mint julep, this is the second year. Evan Williams. Okay, now you've got a great julep, but you need to pick a horse for the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. You could go to Churchill Downs to pick up a program like this one, then go back down to the track later to the betting booths after you decide who's going to win. Nah, even on a day that's not considered a Kentucky holiday like the Derby, you have to park, get in line, go through crowds. Check this out. It's the new Twin Spires app. For your cell phone. You can join and set up a $20 debit from your Visa or your checking account. Just hit the download and you just do it 4 days ahead of the race or so. You don't have to spend $150 a couple to reach the betting booth. Just download from twinspires.com the smartphone application.
Hi, I'm Christiane, originally from Würzburg, Germany, and today we're making the well-known Kentucky Derby bourbon pie. So what I did, I took the pecans, soaked them in bourbon for about 2 to 3 days in the refrigerator. Then I added some butter to a pan, just about a half a tablespoon, and now I'm going to roast the pecans on each side. Now after you let the nuts cool off when you roasted them, I put them in a small Ziploc bag and I break them with my hand because a food processor will make them way too small. Now we take eggs, the brown sugar, and we whisk that into the egg. Then we're gonna add the melted butter. Whisk it all together so the brown sugar is nicely whisked up with the butter. Then we're gonna add the corn syrup. Mix that. Add the vanilla. the rest of the bourbon. And the two last ingredients are the roasted bourbon soaked pecans and our chocolate chunks. And you just mix it around. You won't really need the whisk anymore. You just take a spatula and kind of mix it into the until it's nicely incorporated all together. And then I bought a pie shell already pre-made. You can find it in the freezer in any local grocery store. It's easier that way, you don't have to make your own pie crust. And it tastes the same. And we're gonna fill all of that into the pie shell. And put it in a preheated oven on the bottom shelf for 55 minutes. Okay, after half of the cooking time, about 30 minutes, I took the pie out, made a ring out of aluminum foil so the pie crust on the edge doesn't get too dark. And then I put it back in the oven for the remaining cooking time. And now our bourbon pie is complete. You can enjoy the Derby now. Mint juleps, bourbon pie, and gambling with the horses. Enjoy.
Proud to be a member of the Stave and Thief Society Bourbon Certification Program. Kentucky Bourbon Traveler.